He threw it on like a few punches. He didn't even know he really hurt me, right?
No shit.
But I played it off, right?
Thinking about my pops on his birthday. He'd been 72 today. You dig? He put in a lot of work that was overlooked because it's being overshadowed by the street shit that was going on. And I ain't even talking about the work he put in for Nicky Barnes to Rich Porter. I'm talking about what was going on in Brooklyn. He's a man that was born in the Bronx, then moved to Brooklyn. After his pops passed, his father was killed while fixing the car. Suddenly the jack went down, which to me was still a hit. I stand on that. Just happened so long ago, there's no way to trace anything unless I heard for something from somebody out there. You dig? That was around back then, because that was back in 62. Now, let's go into the late 60s. The late 60s is when he got up with a man named Cecil Alonzo. Who's Cecil Alonzo? Cecil Alonzo was the revolutionary in the movie Superfly. The movie Superfly, let's get to this note. Now I'll show you how deep the history of my father go. Just before we continue. Superfly. The car that was used in the movie belonged to a man named Johnny Red. Johnny Red, his Cadillac was exactly that color. And they painted it black just for the movie. And by the time the movie was done, he rocked it out for a while, because now I'm born. It did by the late 70s, going back into the 80s. He painted it back red. He lived on the next block of Waverly and Fulton, on Waverly, between Gates and Green. Cecil Alonzo lived on Waverly, between Green and Lafayette. I'm born on Waverly and Fulton Street, between Fulton and Gates. So you got me between Fulton and Gates, my father. My car was used on Waverly, between Gates and Green. And then you got Cecil Alonzo, the revolutionary in Superfly. That's born, not born, but he lived on Waverly, between Green and Lafayette, next to Key Food. Okay? Going that far back. So, my father going to his house back in the late 60s, and Mr. Alonzo thinking that he's messing up his equipment, because my father was always a person that wanted to do something different than anybody else. Now what he did that was different from anybody else, which made room for what's going on with DJ Hollywood, who he taught, and how he became more famous than your Africa Bambadas, your Cool Herc, Marios, was due to the fact that my father taught him how to blend two records into one. What Cecil Alonzo didn't like, because he felt like he was messing up his equipment. Now, Cecil Alonzo had a Dewey Decimal System on his records also, which is another issue. Dewey Decimal System means the year, the month, then in alphabetical order of the artists, because certain artists were released the same day or the same month. He was that organized. I've been in this house many a times, and then it stopped due to the fact that I was touching this shit. so I had to sit outside. Y'all got that history? All y'all DJs from Studio 54 and on down to Frankie Knuckles and everything y'all doing with house music started through the ghetto blends my father was doing on turntables that couldn't adjust the pitch. All they had was 33, 45. So how he made it work and how the beginning DJs made it work before the 1200s appeared was touching the spinning part of the top of the turntable. And that's the method you use to with the other record, because they were all live raw instruments. So that on top of everything made it not easy for you to blend two records into one, which means you really had to have a specific ear and a skill in order to slow this record up to make that and know which record you have to slow up or which one was faster in order for you to adjust the pitch to make two records sound like one, which is the formula of what y'all doing to make beats. Because even in 1979, you just took the sample of Good Times or whatever and rocked it out. And then when you did the drum play, it was just the drum play with Casio bass and 808s. But blending two records into one come from that man on that wall. Y'all never, ever, ever better forget that. Now, my father being the only boy, Doggy Diamond's mother is his oldest sister. She passed away. Always hurt me because of what he was going through. And his sisters and brother. You dig? His oldest brother is the first grandchild, so my pops was taking care of him. And my mother said it also, that dog, oldest brother Mel, was like their first son before I was born. And that's back in the 60s. Alright? My father was still a kid himself, but he putting in work. Alright? Now I'm going to other days, another time. But what I want to talk about is his animal love and his love for animals. It's something else that was a tone that that man set for all of y'all. It's just not open for discussion. All of you got it. Indirectly from that man on the wall. Him being the only boy, he had to keep a dog with him and things of that nature to feel like he wasn't by himself. And my grandmother let him. She had no problem with that. So through the course of that, had all kinds of animals. When I was born, it was a collie. Dog name was Ozzy. He was so insane, he'll put me on the dog and send me off with the dog by herself. Probably was following us. But the dog would walk with me on top of the dog by himself. I think it's insane. Something I never do with my kids. But that's what he do to show that the dog gonna follow his instructions to the T. And the dog's always there. It's an energy. Can't buy. It has to be naturally there. You dig? So, it's two brothers from the Army. Both of them named Darnell. Darnell from the 2nd floor, Darnell from the 10th floor. When they came back from the Army, they had animals that they call the Bull Terrier. Now, my father knew that through pit fighting. He didn't like that. But he was turned on by the size and the aggressiveness of they two dogs. Darnell from the second floor had Brutus. Darnell from the 10th floor, I forgot what his male dog was because he had two dogs. Matter of fact, Darnell had the two dogs on the second floor. Darnell from the 10th floor only had one. Darnell from the second floor had Brutus and Lady J. That's way before G.I. Joe. All right? So this is how far back this goes. My pops was turned on by that. Said he want one. And however he got one, he got one. And see them pits, they were gray, black and gray, and things of that nature. This is the birth of the brown pit bull. And all of y'all, just about all of y'all, rock today. But you got the all white and black spot pit bull. He had that too during his last years, close to his last years, named Spot. He had the grayish black pit bulls, but that beige pit bull was the one all y'all was turned on to. Why? Because that man would be out there and do tricks, sit a bottle on top of the fence. And this is when none of this was happening. Nowhere on earth. Nowhere. No fucking where on earth. Let's get this right. And these the same ones who were scared of animals, scared of dogs, that was starting to get turned on from the tricks Dusty was doing. Dusty is your pit bull godmother of New York. Period. End of story. All brown pit bulls all across New York were born and bred through that first brown pit bull. Okay? That he brought to the table. That's why no matter what brown pit bull any one of you can have, I could take your dog from you in a matter of one call, because they never forget scent. No matter how many generations of rebred, and rebred. Already had to make somebody a believer on that. This dog was a mean motherfucker. On some bullshit, bite anybody. He was almost ready to bite me. Look right at that dog. Dog said, "Rah, rah." It just turned her head. Like, oh, this nigga ain't moving. No, I'm not fucking moving. I control your mind. You'll never control mine. That gift I had to learn from him. Me not being an animal lover and things of that nature. For a lot of reasons. Why? When the pit bull took my ball and I'm ready to go outside, the dog like, "Hur, hur, hur, hur." I'm like, yo, I just want my basketball. Nah, that's the dog ball now, son. The fuck you mean it's the dog ball now? Now I'm off crying like a bitch. And that's what turned me off from animals. That right there. It wasn't nothing else but that. Word. And what I learned though after all that is a dog or any animal that be around you will know when you going through something. So never, ever, ever, ever underestimate an animal that's in your house or live around you. They'll know when you're going through something. I had to learn that, going through something. And one of his pit bulls that couldn't stand me. Every time I ate in the house, he was on go. And that's the dog Spot that I'm talking about. He was on go. And it was at one point. It's like, he knew I was going through something. And that's when I understood the nature of animal and human connection. I thank y'all for listening, man. Because everything I tell y'all is going to always be the absolute truth. I ain't scared of nobody. Therefore, I ain't got to lie to none of y'all niggas. You only lie to motherfuckers you scared of. Alright? And there's a lot of things that y'all need the truth on. Because I'm sick or tired of people erasing the history of the real shit we do. But quick to talk about the bullshit we done. Fuck y'all. Happy birthday, Dad.
We had the little army man, and when he thought he won, I beat him the fuck up.
Fuck that.
Hold on.
This fucking
We get on the train, me and Mama. He walked up to me and looked at me and shook my hand. He had his motherfucking karate equipment. You know, he had his, like your belt that you wear. He had it on his bag, outside his bag.
Oh shit.
I said, I hope this motherfucker don't know how to whip his ass.
Everybody had their time, you know. Certain people didn't yet. I was one of them, for sure. That's right.
Wasn't him on those text messages. He also said that Baba actually doesn't have an Instagram when he tweeted, Baba don't got no Instagram. And stop talking to them.
Have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their second three-peat.
Yeah. The world toughen up for you. Come outside. Yeah. Enjoy the warm breeze. Now time now.
All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh air, enjoy this fresh air.
I hear a lot of pain, a lot of scam. All I know is you control the water, control the land. Now time now. Yeah. Come outside. Enjoy your life.
All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh air, enjoy this fresh air.
All you need is a good girl, whether or not you had children, y'all share a good world. Hating the world have enough of seeing children being shot down or locked up. Understand the process, you be in the project, but not the project. Yeah, the lobby be dirty as hell, housing ain't do the shit and clean it up ourselves. Yeah, the ones who act clean be dirty as hell. Yeah, you goody two shoes, set your ass in the shell. Yup, you're not helping the hood, be in a hypocrite, preach that good shit, then destroy kid innocence. Must protect them babies and respect the elders in the streets, in the shackles, and in the shelter.
All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh air, enjoy this fresh air.
Every day's a good night, you got the fuck or you got the good life. You have the good wife and probably stop violin. Keep the party for grown folks on F Island. And conscious brothers stop sounding like you battle rap. Hearing brothers going back and forth over this and that.
All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh air, enjoy this fresh air.
Chill my life, yeah. Chill my life, chill. Chill my life, 927. Chill my life, chill. Chill my life. 7:30. Chill my life, that's right.
30 that baby.
All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh air, enjoy this fresh air.
Chill my life.
Share my life. Share my life with you. Like paradise. Share my life with you. All I need is fresh air, fresh water, fresh gear, Air Jordans, fresh pair. You knocked it down, so you picked it up. You did good. You did real good.
Okay.
Got all it up.
Baby, come out.
Oh, you let your dog out now?
Baby, stop! Ow!
But back up.
That's what I
Love you.